Yo everyone, hello, how y'all doing? It is AkumaNexus. I'm sorry there hasn't been a video out for a while. I kind of waited for 2016 to drop their anime. I was gonna do an end of the year top 5 best animes of 2015. I still am. It doesn't matter if it's like at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year, whenever I do that. I mean, we're not even like halfway in the year yet, so it doesn't hurt to do that. So you'll try to see that somewhere this week, as well as a ton of first impressions, episode 1 reviews of all the stuff that has come out. I really wanted to get a solidified top 5 best of winter 2016 animes, which this list is comprised of. And usually when I make these type of videos, it's more along of top 5 of what I'm really going to be watching, but it's also for me top 5, which I think is the best. So if you're enjoying this video, as always, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Sub if you are new and you enjoy the content onto here, and expect to see a lot of uploads onto here. Now we usually do go on hiatus most of the time when, you know, the kind of the season's over, but here we go. Again, it's my opinion, so if you feel different, then please leave your own top 5 in the comments section down below. But number 5 on this list is gonna have to be, I am so sorry, I pulled up the wrong one, dude. I'm sorry. Number 5 on this list is gonna have to be Stride. Sorry, we do one take. So number 5 is gonna be Stride. This anime I think is very good because personally, myself, I used to be very religious when it comes to track running. I ran track from 5th grade all the way up until 11th grade. So it's been a huge part of my life, a lot. Like I'm talking about, like, even when I wasn't in school, I would go outside and do it for fun and go like actively go constantly train to get faster, because Sonic the Hedgehog was an inspiration. So embarrassing to say. But Prince of Stride Alternative is an anime based off of track and field, and it looks really good. Like, I'll leave, I can't post the trailers, I can't, but from the cover art I guess you can see that it's gonna look good. It's by Madhouse TV. Madhouse Studios is the studio for it, so you know the animation is gonna be beautiful. Based off the trailer, you can see that the animation is gonna be beautiful, and from the source that I'm gonna be leaving in the description, you can watch all of the trailers just by clicking on any anime that you want. But it says here, the series revolves around a closed-down Stride club at Honan Academy. First-year high school students Takeru Fujiwara and Nana Sakurai attempt to restart the club, but they must recruit 6 members for the team. They ask Riku Yagami to join, but he turns them down by saying that Stride is the one thing he doesn't want to do. However, Takeru and Nana drag Riku into the club room to try to convince him, and the story progresses and so forth. It will have 12 episodes. The studio is by Madhouse, and the rating is, it's good. It's good. The rating is about like 70%, so it's definitely good. There's 2 episodes already out right now as we speak, and it is a sports anime. So if you're into sports, or if you're not into sports and you want to try out sports, I haven't watched anything of this yet, but I think it's worth the watch because it's by Madhouse, and Madhouse always pleases, you know? Like, regardless of if it's not good, the animation is going to be good. That's a fact. That's not anyone's opinion, that's a fact, because Madhouse animation is godlike. It is absolutely godlike. But I love the opening. I love the music, actually, because I've only seen that from the trailer. I love the opening. Main character and other character, which you'll see in the cover art when you kind of go to the anime, it looks like Naruto and Sasuke. I'm not going to lie, but in track and field form, so it's definitely going to be worth the watch. And if you're into sports, I know you will definitely like this. You will. Moving on now, though, to number 4 on the list is going to have to be Divine Gate. Now, Divine Gate looks like a really good anime. The studio is Studio Period, and Period is a decent studio. It's a good studio as well. I wouldn't say decent. They're a great studio as well. So it's worth the watch. They made a lot of good stuff. They don't really say what or how many this anime is gonna have, how many episodes they have, but I'm gonna go and take a wing and say 12. It looks, because typically animes go to 12, you know, they typically do 12 to 24 episodes nowadays, you know. If you see like 25, 26, or like 50, it's kind of rare. But it says here, when the Divine Gate opened the living world, the heavens and the underworld became connected, ushering an era of chaos where desires and conflict intersect. To restore the order, the World Council is formed. As peace is restored, the Divine Gate becomes an urban legend. In that world, boys and girls deemed fit by the World Council are gathered. There are ones who aim to reach the gate for their personal objectives. Those who reach the gate can remake the world. What lies beyond the gate, when they reach the door, will the world change? Will the past that changes, or will it be the future? So it kind of a little climactic, kind of like a dragging you in description where it's like, I don't know how it's gonna end, or I don't know how it's gonna start or go on, or I don't know which character is gonna drastically change. Let me just sit down here and watch it. and I think that's what this anime is going to be. It looks as though, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm sorry for saying this, but it looks like it's gonna be a very predictable anime. Not very predictable, but fairly predictable. Hopefully it's not, because Studio Period, I think they've made a lot of predictable animes. So I think, because in my head, some animes I think are also from that studio, but then they're not. But it looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, the trailer it's really putting us on. This looks very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like it's worth the watch as well, but at the same time, it looks like one of those animes where you would just watch all from one episode to episode 12 and then probably never remember. It's just high on this list because it looks good, it looks like it has possibility, and it's one of those animes where I feel like it can take a twist, you know? It kind of reminds me of Akame ga Kill with all the characters protecting something, you know? They all got that different hair color personality style, so which Akame ga Kill also has, so I think it'll be worth the watch. If you enjoyed Akame ga Kill, I feel like you will enjoy this anime as well. So it's gonna be worth the watch, all right? Just right now, everything is worth the watch. Stick tuned for the first previews, first impressions, stuff like that, and my first thoughts when I drop this anime, because when I drop the first episode review on it, because that will probably be more detailed with me instead of a top 5. So Divine Gate, number 4. Moving on now, number 3 is going to have to be Assassination Classroom Season 2. Now, if you haven't watched Season 1, I urge you to watch it, but this anime made me fall so in love in Season 1. It was very, very, very good. It was very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. It has 25 episodes, which makes me very happy. I think Season 1 also had 25 episodes as well, but it makes me very happy that it had 21 episodes, 25 for the second season. They left it off on such a cliffhanger. I wanted to know so much more that would happen. And by cliffhanger, I mean they didn't answer the goal, because there's this teacher, all right, which they pretty much just call him Koro Sensei, and they have to assassinate him. It's very cool. It's a group of students that are like so shunned out from society that they're like considered poor to everybody else in society just because they're not as smart or don't do well as tests, you know? Sports, anything they don't do well at. They're just poor at everything. But the thing is that no one's giving them a shot, no one's giving them a chance, and no one is helping them. If they do bad, they don't care about them, they just toss them away. And they're in class 3E, and their mission is to kill the teacher before graduation. Now, the turns it goes to is insane, because it probably sounds stupid to you. It's like, oh, a bunch of little high schooler, freshmen, sophomores, all that mixed together, attempted to kill some godlike teacher. This sounds like it's gonna be really weeby and boring. It wasn't. It took a mad turn. It gets very serious very quickly, and I love how some of the, especially the Karma, how some of these characters go mad serious, 0 to 100, the aura, you feel it. Tadomi, Karasuma, there's main teacher, you know, their secondary kind of like helper teacher is very, very cool. He's someone to look up to. Nagisa changes so much. And then, you know, they call the teacher Mrs. Bitch, even though her name is Irina, and my God, but it's worth the watch. Like I'm telling you right now, this is so good. Why is this probably number 1? Look, the 2 animes before this one, if they weren't as good, if not better than this one, then this show would definitely be number 1 on this list, all right? But the 2 shows that I'm about to drop are insane. They are insane, dude, before this one. But this is so worth the watch. I think the rating, the average score, and I think it's bad. I think the average score should be bumped by 20 points. That's just me, because it's very good. The manga's even good too. And it's like, it's so interesting because you never know when they're really going to kill this teacher, and you never know if the teacher drops his whole motives and doesn't want to blow up the world anymore, because he wants to blow up the world, and the government is hiring these students to kill him so he can be caught off guard, because you never expect it from students. He's super fast, he can go Mach 20 speed, he's insane, he's the best teaching skills of all time too, he's like stupid smart. He's so mysterious too, we don't know much about him at all. And that's why you want to continue to watch the show, to learn more about him, to see if they're gonna kill him, to see if somebody weakens him, to see if someone damages him, more about his past. It's so worth the watch. I promise you, this show is so worth the watch. But now moving on now to number 2, it's the most feelsy shit ever. You're gonna cry, I guarantee you will. It's so good. Boku Dake ga Inai Machi, or better yet known as Erased. I mean, that title says it all, am I right? It says here, Satori Fujinuma is a 29-year-old manga artist struggling to make a name for himself following his debut. But that was not the only thing in his life that Satori was feeling frustrated about. He has a unique supernatural ability of being forced to prevent death and catastrophes by being sent back in time before the incident occurs, repeating time until the accident is prevented. Listen to that. Listen to that. Dude, I think this might be one of the top 5 animes of the year, and I just might be hype beasting the hell out of this, you know? That might be me hype beasting the hell out of it, because I mean, we're 13 days in the year. I don't want to say that. I'm not going to say that. Forget I said that, but it's stupid good, all right? So he constantly has to repeat these incidents and constantly see these people die until he prevents them from dying, or all these catastrophes, you know? It says here as well, one day he gets involved in an accident that has him framed as a murderer. Desperate to save the victim, he sends himself back in time only to find himself as a grade schooler 1 month before fellow classmate Kayo Hinazuki went missing. Satori now embarks on a new quest to save Kayo and solve the mystery behind her disappearance. Oh my god, you gotta watch it. It's one of those animes where you gotta watch. Oh my god, you gotta watch it. Studios A1 Pictures. I know they've made a few good stuff, so A1 Pictures is decent. The rating is very good as well. Of course, it's a 73, which is good. You know, most animes barely hit the 70 mark, so that is good. It's a 12-episode anime that'll be ending on March 25th. Unfortunately, it's 12 episodes. They're probably gonna squeeze pack it. The pacing is probably what's gonna make this anime not be as good. I feel like the pacing will ruin this anime. I will, because 12 episodes matching that all up in, unless they, of course, they do like a slow, good progressed pacing within these 12 episodes, nothing is matched up, then I think it will be, you know, standing up to its title. You know, a lot of people have already done reviews about it, a lot of my friends, you know, a lot of big people that I know, and they've all said that this anime is fantastic, and I 100% agree. I have watched both episodes, you know? Or not both episodes, I'm sorry. I've only watched one episode, but I've watched the trailer and that really hooked me. Oh my god, it's gonna be some fealty stuff because the main character has to go through these constant, repetitive, you know, catastrophes until they are prevented and he gets claimed to be a murderer. And I'm like, it's so good. But now we're gonna move on to number 1, which is very underrated. A lot of people just don't see it being in there, you know, in their friggin' in their top 5s, but I think this is going to be a very great anime, if not one of the best animes of winter 2016, and I'm still going to stand by that. Erased may just beat it, but I'm going to stand by that, and just Ajin. I saw the trailer for this way back then. This anime hasn't even started yet. It hasn't even started yet, but I've seen it way back then, and I was like, yo, this is going to be badass. This is going to be badass. I want this to come out now. All right, let me read the description for you. For high schooler K, and for at least 46 others, immortality comes at the nastiest surprise ever. Sadly for K, such a feat doesn't make him a superhero. In the eyes of both the general public and governments, he's a rare specimen who needs to be hunted down and handed over to scientists to be experimented on for life. A demi-human who must die 1,000 deaths for the benefit of humanity. Good God. I can't even go into detail with this one because first off, the episode isn't out, so I haven't watched it yet. The trailer is godlike. You should watch the trailer. And it just looks cool, really great from the cover art. And I know that they showed this trailer actually a long time ago. This anime I think was announced kind of like mid to late last year of 2015, and that's when it really caught my eye, you know? So I do think this is gonna be the best anime for winter 2016, just for the winter arc of anime. You know, it's gonna be very good, all right? And I'm not hyping this one up. This one is gonna be very good, I promise you. And if I do an episode 1 review and I find that it sucks, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be very upset. The studio is Polygon Pictures. I don't necessarily know most of the stuff that they made. The animation, if you look at the trailer, it's kind of like that 3D feel, kind of like God Eater. So maybe that's what might ruin it for me. I feel like the animation might ruin it for me, you know? I really do. Because I don't necessarily like animated stuff kind of like that, like God Eater. And there was some other mecha anime that they did like this. And now they're doing Ajin, kind of like that 3D art style. I don't really like the art style, but I feel like the anime itself and the story and how things go on will change my opinion on that. But that's going to be it. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave your own opinion down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I love to... Ooh, that voice crack. I love to hear what you have to say of what I put down here, as well as if you don't agree with anything or little things that I didn't put in here, be sure to leave your own, I guess, down below. And that's it. That is it. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.